Hello friends, welcome to Tea and Banter with me. It's me, Mary Elizabeth. So today's video is all about crochet. And I struggled on what to call this video because you are not going to get a tutorial from me. You're not going to get patterns from me. You're not going to get expertise from me. You're just going to have someone who kind of updates you on where they're at, how they're doing, their failures, their successes, things like that. It's nothing spectacular except for the YouTubers that I love in crochet and how I do their tutorials and whatnot. And the disclaimer right up front is that anything I do wrong is on me. It's not on any of the YouTubers that I love, and the tutorials has nothing to do with them. First, let me just start off saying that I am a lefty. So teaching a lefty can be difficult. Self-teaching can be difficult. And also, I think I'm in a category, correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone else is like me, that I do everything left-handed. Like I am so left-handed dominated that when I was young, it was difficult for me to play like baseball, for example, because I needed to throw with my left, but also catch with my left. So can you imagine, as a little kid, having to take off the glove to throw and then put the glove on to catch because I just could not do it any other way. So that's one disclaimer. The second disclaimer is this is my second attempt to film this video because I started the video in the backyard, but it ended up raining after I got my yarn outside ready to go and the camera and had to rush everything back in. And unfortunately, I don't have an umbrella or a top or anything, so I just decided to sit out front and kind of get the video up and running. So with all of that said, the second reason why I struggle to name the video is because I'm going to be copying. I'm especially Ailia Talks. I would love to copy. Her name is Tina Theodora. I know I'm saying her name wrong and I apologize. But those are kind of my top two that I tend to follow. And of course there's the Secret Yarnery and Bag a Day, and I love them. Jada and Stitches, love them. But Ailia and Tina seems to be the ones that I go to the most often. Tina, I haven't experimented on any of her tutorials. I want to do every single one of her patterns, but I'm not there yet. Ailia Talks, interestingly, is really up my alley because even though some could say it's just a name, but it's not. It's the thought process that goes into her pattern. So it aligns with my number one passion is reading. So a lot, not all, but a lot of her patterns is reading themed, inspired, correlates, similar, however you want to word it, that I love. So the second part of Ailia is because I'm not technically a creative person. In my mind I am, and I want to be, and I love the idea of it. I'm not. Can't draw a straight line to save my life. It's just what it is. But I refuse not to be creative. So I'm my worst enemy and my best supporter, I guess you would say. But the other thing about Ailia is she does, in her thoughts in designing her patterns, she also puts the thought into the colors, and the colors make sense towards the theme that she's going for. So one, that's a help. But then two, if you struggle with color coordinating, matching, however you want to call it, she does a phenomenal job. And so I purchased her Tandem Netflix blanket pattern and her the colors to go with that. I bought the Greenway, and I believe that's an Agatha blanket. So, and then I didn't buy the colors yet because this one I'm practicing. We'll see what happens. But let me start by saying, so she has a reading shawl. She has a tutorial for it, and she has colors for it. I did not buy the colors right now. I do intend to at a later date, but not right now. So what I'm using right now, and hopefully it comes out okay, but as a first draft, I'm thinking it'll be okay. I am using, because I have 4 rolls, which I don't even know, will it be enough? I don't know. But it is Mandala Ombre. It is 100% acrylic. There are 344 yards, and it is a medium 4 weight. So, and the other thing to note, it's called Chai. I love purple. I probably, and that's another thing with my color matching, is I'm such a purple person that I tend to not be able to see other colors unless there's purple involved. My favorite is purple and gray, and black together, that kind of combo. But anyway, so I'm starting the reading journal with this. I'm still on my first, I have this much left of my first roll. And like I said, I have 4 of them, so I don't know. And this is kind of, let's see if I can hold this up better. Probably can't because I have my stitch on the side, but it's kind of looking like this right now. Don't know if you can see it that well. So I'm hoping with 4 rolls it fits. I am a bigger girl, so I'm a little concerned, but if it doesn't, then I will know for the next time. But I do love how the ombre is coming. I don't know if you can see that as well. It is nice and like drapey, so I'm kind of loving it. So here's hoping. And I believe actually that I am following this pattern correctly, which is a huge plus. And I'm gonna be honest, if this comes out successful, barring the size, because again, her pattern goes by what she used, and to be perfectly honest, I didn't really research that because I knew I couldn't buy any more yarn at this time, and I had this yarn and I love the colors, so I just went ahead and used it. So that's my responsibility. So if it comes out fine, except for the size, because I didn't have enough, then that's fine, because then I'm going to make more, because I'm in a t-shirt right now, but as a rule, I tend to wear long sleeves and sweatshirts, even though I'm a bigger girl, and that's the other problem. I am a bigger girl, unfortunately. Some of us can relate. I need to lose weight, but so trying to figure out how much you need can be difficult. So, but if I figure that out and this goes well, then I'm definitely going to be making more and eventually buying the yarn from Ophelia. So that is one make and process. And I'm really, really enjoying this pattern, and her tutorial is amazing. The one suggestion I would make, what I'm finding, is that I watch the video first and then start it and stop it. start it and stop it, and I will go back and put that video on over and over and over again, to make sure that I have it. And even if I think I have it and I'm going along and I question something, I put the video right back on. You can fast forward to where you need to go. You can watch it from the beginning if you want, but to me, that is the best way. So that's that. For people who have seen my channel before, one of my goals is to create a blanket by making granny squares that match my book covers of the books that I'm reading. So that was one of the things that I'm working on for 2024. I'll put a couple of pictures up here so you can see my latest ones. I'm not going to talk about the books that go with it because I do have other videos that talk about the books. You're more than welcome to go back. Because I'm not caught up, I still have, I think I'm behind 8 squares right now. And so I'm not sure what video has the books that I'm showing you, so you may have to go back. But I have 27 squares so far, and I'm down, I think I have 8 or 9 I'm behind. Then in addition to that, there are a lot of books that I didn't even consider making squares for, so I have to go back and think about that. But what I'm noticing is that I get on the squares, or I memorize the squares that of books that I really, really love. So that's a good thing. My other piece to advice to anyone else who wants to make the granny square book cover blanket is to write down the book you read. And then check off or highlight, or however you want to track when you've completed the square, because I've noticed once I've either taken a picture of it, showed it on a video, whatever, I put the book on my bookshelf and then put my square in the bucket with my other squares, but then sometimes I forget. And some book covers are similar to other book covers, so you won't necessarily know if that's actually to that book or to that book, and you might have some problems. So I've decided I'm keeping a notebook in the bucket with my book cover squares. That's just a little side note. You could take it for what it's worth, but that's that. Oh, geez, my bucket. Hold on one second. So the next thing that I am working on besides that, so I have 3 WIPs in progress. The book cover squares, the reading shawl, and then, sorry, I just need to put this down. I am working on is this the front or the back? I think this is the front, I think, yes. I am working on the Netflix Tandem blanket. I hope you can see that. And I am loving it. I'm a little concerned about all the ends, but I haven't looked at the tutorial for the border, and I'm doing that deliberate because if that looks difficult, I didn't want it to discourage me from making the blanket. So it will force me to make the border or figure out something for the border to make it happen. So and right now the colors are like the lipstick, bright pink, black, a little stripe of white. Sorry, people are stopping in the road and talking, so I'm gonna pause you for just a minute. Sorry about that, I'm back. There was like 5 people who stopped on the street talking, so I don't want you to have to hear their conversation. Anyway, so yeah, and I'm having a lot of fun with this, and I'm actually proud of myself because I have, again, I'm not a I'll probably be a beginner crocheter for life, actually, but that's okay. But I'm learning how to do the popcorn stitch, and the other one is the boxes. So I don't know if you can see that, the boxes. But yeah, it's coming out beautiful. I do know Ailia also did another, I don't believe she's changed the pattern. I don't know too much about it, to be perfectly honest, but you might want to check it out. And she changed the colors to like a Bridgerton, and it's really beautiful. It looks like it has a lot of purples and things like that in it, so I will definitely check it out. I am going to, so that's that. So those are my 3 in progress crochet projects that I'm working on that I absolutely love. The one thing that I will say I'm going to add, there are 2 Ailia Talk live videos that I'm going to include in the description that I highly recommend that you watch. One is entitled, I believe, Can Anyone Crochet? And it was a really, really good live, and it talked about, Ailia talked about her, Anya, I keep calling her Ailia because that's the name of her channel, but she talked about being in school, and crochet was one of the requirements in school, but that she didn't think she was good at it, and you know, but look at her now. She has her own channel, she designs, she can do color matching, like, she's amazing. So but she also talked about the need to, that anyone can do it, and the need for practice. So and that's the way I'm looking at it as I'm doing it. I mean, of course, I want these works of art, but I'm giving myself a little leniency to be okay if my items don't come out perfect. And that's why I say, like, again, I wouldn't have a pattern, I wouldn't sell anything, I wouldn't, you know, and not to mention there's really no one that would be interested, that I know, that likes crochet. It's really just me. So I do this for me, and again, I think that's another reason why I gravitate towards Ailia, because a lot of her stuff, you know, Greenway blanket is Agatha Christie. I mean, a reading shawl would be Agatha Christie to me. The Netflix blanket, someone might wonder why that would be. Well, Agatha Christie is on there. The Sherlock Holmes show is on there. Your Pride and Prejudice, Jane Eyre, all of that. So, you know, to me, it goes along with reading, so that's another reason why I love it. So, and then the second video I will include is another Ailia Talks video, and this one talks about color and how you change colors or add colors, or, you know, how you design. And again, I think the unique thing about Anya is that she puts a lot of effort into her color matching. It doesn't happen overnight. She works at it as she works the pattern, and she really made some good comments about that, about, you know, she doesn't just willy-nilly it, and we could all work with colors that are uncomfortable if we know what we're doing, and I don't. So to a beginner, it's a beautiful thing to be able to pick up a pattern and learning, and still be able to feel good about what they're doing. I will tell you, I am on row, it's 100, for the Netflix blanket, it's 185 rows, I think I just finished row 29, so I have a ways to go. But she did give an example of the Bridgerton. If you go on her Facebook under, I don't know if it's under the folder or whatnot, but there are ideas for colors and suggestions from others. You can look at their blankets and shawls and see what they have done for inspiration. But I really, really do believe that Ailia has a great eye for color, and it really does complement what she's going for. She doesn't just create designs to create them and sell them. And what I mean by that is, so her Lizzie blanket, oh, that is the other one. I do have the Lizzie blanket and I have the colors to go with it, but I'm not starting that till at least I'm done with one of these. But so going back to the Lizzie blanket, you know, she watched the movie and she designed it based on the colors that she saw, where she saw them, and so they apply to the characters, and that gives that blanket meaning. So again, the same with the Netflix, the colors give it meaning. The Bridgerton, it goes with it's inspired by the show, it has meaning, those colors go. So I get that we might not like some colors, or that we're not comfortable with using them every day. And there are some colors in here that I would not normally pick. But when you look at that blanket, it's gorgeous. And so I would highly suggest you try that first, and then, you know, see and try to match it up to the colors that you do like after. That would be my suggestion if you're new. If you're good with colors, that may not bother you, and you may be able to create your own, and that's fabulous. Good for you. But if you're new like me, I want that comfortability. I want that expertise, because I also don't have $1 million and don't want to waste money on colors. Because again, I'm a purple person and my eye draws to purple. No matter where I am, it draws to purple. So I will often buy variegated yarn that I don't know what to do with. Hence, I'm making the shawl now, which is great. But if I just got the blanket pattern, I struggle. I struggle with wanting it to be purple, and it's not going to be the best purple or the best. It just doesn't come out right. So I want that kind of relief off of me, to say, okay, this person really put the work into it. You get a visual of it, so you can tell whether you really like it or not, and then you can make a decision whether you buy it or not. But so far I look at it, I love it. It's beautiful, and they're not colors I would pick. So so it just is like a moment to me. But anyway, I've kept you long enough. I will try to. The other thing is, because I'm not a great crocheter, I don't know if this will be monthly, if this will be bi-weekly. Let me know in the comments below if you're even interested in my crochet videos. You might not be, because I'm not an expert, and that's okay, but I just thought I'd come on and share, because it's something I like. And again, I do try to relate a lot of my hobbies to reading, because I'm a reader. But anyway, again, leave a comment, let me know. Do you want to see more of these videos, less of these videos? And I can try to do more or less or none. You tell me. Until next time, I hope that you're all safe, and I hope you're all loved. Bye.